Okay, so we're back at our next use case. So this time, instead of finance, we're going to take a look at a government use case. So here, we're going to be creating a AI agent to develop a national AI skills development framework. So in this case, it's a AI policy workflow. So it's a very similar sort of four-stage solution here. So in the first phase, we're going to be doing some policy research. So that's going to be reviewing existing policies and legal frameworks. The second stage is going to be public impact. So accessing service deliveries and making sure that it's accessible to the wider community. And the third is an impact assessment, so calculating economic and social outcomes. And then finally is going to be the actual policy decision report. And so each of these are going to have distinct tools. In the first phase, there's Google search and internet access. In the second phase, asking questions about documents. And then finally, we're going to have code execution and advanced reasoning, all of which is going to be then used with the addition of Python coding to create a policy decision report. So let's jump right back into H2oGPTe again to craft this solution. So we're back in H2O GPT-E and I have my prompt already ready to go. So we'll do a bit of a walkthrough and then I will again go through the configuration required to launch this prompt. So in this case, again, we're acting as a policy researcher within the Australian Department of Industry, Science and Resources, and we're tasked with evaluating proposed national AI skills development framework. So we have again the same phases that we outlined in this case with a little bit more detail. So for our policy research, we want to make sure that we're, especially from the Australian point of view, reviewing existing Australian AI policies and also similar AI skills initiatives in similar economies. So this could be UK, Canada, and Singapore. Also related to public impact, we want to make sure that our proposed framework is accessible to regional and remote communities. Also, with our impact assessment, we want to maybe make some calculations, access social outcomes, including digital inclusion, and also do some measurement of the effectiveness against the department's strategic objectives. And finally, we're going to create an actual report that includes, similar again, our executive summary, but also maybe some things that are more particular to government. So we're going to have some judicial responsibilities. So especially in Australia, that's going to be Commonwealth versus state and territories, and as well cross-departmental collaboration requirements, and also as well industry partnership opportunities that we could use to further extend our national AI skills development framework. So we encapsulated everything we need into our prompt. I'm now going to set up the agents. The first thing we need to do is click at the bottom, our use agent, and then next we need to go into configuration. This time we're going to leave everything as is. So I have my agent accuracy. I'm going to set it to basic. Maybe if I have more time, I'm going to put it to maximum once again if we want to create the best possible report. In this case, let's leave it as basic. We're going to leave everything as it is. So the agent has maximum 10 turns to complete the task. And as well, all our tools are going to be the same. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and launch our agent. So right away, I'm going to open the agentic analysis tab, and we can see here that the agent is already going ahead and searching policies. So it's writing code to search policies in this case. So I'm going to go back to showing thoughts, and we can see that we're still at step one. And already it's writing a lot of code to what looks like is going to be doing some more analysis with Google search, possibly some shell scripting, as well as internet access Google search, and as well a variety of sources specifically grounded in the Australian government context here. And with that said, we're going to skip right ahead to the end. We're going to let this AI agent do its thing, and then we're going to come back and show the final solution. So we've jumped right to the end, and we can see our AI agent has finally output what it thinks is a comprehensive policy analysis. So we're going to judge that right now. So here it's created a summary of the key documents and findings. So it's actually created a few reports here. So the first being the main policy brief. It also has a 5-year cost benefit analysis. It also has an analysis of judicial responsibilities. And as well, it's actually created a comprehensive report, final report, which we're going to read later on. So it's also created a summary. We're actually going to go down to the end and take a look at what the agent actually used and what its output. So here we can see a few shell scripts. So in this case, maybe it's searching about comparable economies. It's created a policy brief, a Python code. It's also analyzed policies using Python code. And in this case, it looks like it's also taken screenshots of particular websites. In this case here, it's actually taken a AI regulatory policy document from this organization, which is interesting. So all of this is really up to the user to dive into to see what the AI agent has used and what its output. But for the moment, we're going to jump right into the comprehensive report. So I'm going to load that. So here it's created somewhat of a detailed report, and it actually has done some projections and estimated projected benefits here as well. So we can do a deep dive into that. And particularly what's interesting, it's outlined the responsibility between the actual Commonwealth government here in Australia versus state and territory responsibilities, as well as some more government specific requirements that we set, such as cross-departmental collaboration. So there's a lot here to improve, perhaps. So what we could do is actually go into the prompt bar here and type in some improvements. So maybe we want more sources captured. Maybe we want to actually expand on the economic impact or the implementation structure and really go in depth on particular aspects. So with that being said, I have one more industry to cover in this specific style of use case, which I'm going to jump to right now.